Alright, so far I've only done some Yu-Gi-Oh openings here, but today I'm going to be opening a Magic Edge of Eternities booster bundle. In case you guys don't know, I do have a TCG Player store, which will be in the description below. If you buy from there, there's less fees that TCG Player will take from me, so it does help support me a little bit more. I do sell just about every card game, from Yu-Gi-Oh to Magic to One Piece, Pokemon, Digimon, Weiss Schwartz. I even have some of. So there's definitely a lot of different card games that I'm in. Dragon Ball, Super as well. But without further ado, let's get into this booster bundle. Let's see what we've got in here. I always like to see the dice, personally. So let's see. Get it out of the box here. This thing was just kind of smashed in there. It looks like some different spacecraft stuff maybe, which is pretty neat. Oh, there are different planets on here as well. That's pretty cool. And that's just the types of packs and the decks you can get. The art on here is pretty much the same as what was on the face of the box for the bundle. You do have some different art here. You've got the different little markers or tokens, if you want to call them that, around. There we go. You got your 1/1 counters, more tokens or counters of some sort. That is all of that. Alright, let's see what's in the actual thing here. The dice is a sparkly blue, light and dark blue, if I can get it to focus. There we go. With the silver writing. So I think that's a pretty neat looking dice. And it's got a planet on there. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 packs to open. And then over here, it looks like we probably have some full art lands, which we will open these. We're going to go ahead and open these first because, you know, they're a little bit more of a known thing for everybody. So in here, we've got an Emissary Escort. Oh, wow. Look at that plains. That is a really cool looking plains. Full art foil. We've got an island, also foil. Wow, these lands are beautiful. A swamp. Oh my gosh, the artwork on these is ridiculous. I'm gonna need more of these. Mountain. I need these in my commander decks. That is for sure. Wow. Forest. And then they've got like your regular style. You know, the art is different than, you know, on the different islands and plains and stuff. But they're still like your normal looking ish swamps and mountains and stuff. It's still planet related, you know, different types of, like, I guess you could call it sci-fi related stuff. And then let's open this. And then we've got the non-foil version of the plains, the island, the swamp, the mountain, and the forest. And then these are all just the same lands as before. And then how to play Magic, basically. Different formats, how to play your turn out. So that is pretty sweet. Let me grab some sleeves here so I can sleeve up what we've got so far. That's foil. So I do like to sleeve all the foils up. Get these lands for sure, because I do enjoy these lands quite a bit. I don't know if I'll be selling the lands or keeping them for myself, honestly, because again, the artwork is absolutely beautiful. I won't sleeve up these ones because they are just like your generic looking ones, and those aren't even foil. So let's get into the actual packs. I'm going to move this out of the way. Alright, so I'm going to put these off to the side as well, because they're not going to count as actual hits. whenever we go over the hits at a later point. Let's get into the packs. This is the back. Okay. So we got a Cryogen Relic. We got a Squire's Light Blade. A Gene Pollinator. Bombard. Dark Endurance. Zealous Display. Wormwall Sweeper. Hilder Blade. Roving Actuator. Broodguard Elite. And what in the world is that? Terrain Generator. That's a really cool looking card. I have no idea about this card, but it looks pretty sweet. I'm going to count that as some kind of a hit because it's not a normal looking card. We also got a rare Biotech Specialist. So we'll put that in the rare stack. We got a Flight Deck Coordinator and a Swamp and a Robot. So the lands I'll put off to the side. And the tokens I'll put off to the side. And we will sleeve up the foil just because. And I haven't seen these cards before, so that's why I'm kind of going through them one card at a time. Just because they're new to me as well. So, Gene Pollinator again, Bombard again, Dark Endurance again. I said they were new, but after one pack, we've got half the next one. Ilvoy Light Jammer, Starfighter Pilot, Melt Strider's Gear, Depressurize, Vault Guard Trooper, Rayblade Trooper, Hemosymbic Might. We got a Caesarian Dirgecraft. We got a Bioengineered Future, which that one looks pretty cool. So that's a rare, so we'll put that in the rare stack. We got a Might Form Harmonizer, which is another rare. It is a holo though. And we got an extra foil planes. That is sweet. So I'm definitely sleeving these up. The planes I am pretty stoked about personally. Then we will go ahead and sleeve that. Put in our foil stack. And those will just go in our not foil stuff. We got a Divert Disaster, Banishing Light, Sammy's Curiosity, Slag Drill Scrapper, Decode Transmissions, Red Tiger McCann. We got a Swarm Color, Timeline Color, Cut Propulsion, Seam Rip, Cerebral Download. We got Elegy Acolyte, which is the rare. We got a Drill Too Deep, which is just a foil. And then a regular Swamp. And we got the Token of Lander. We've got the Grave Pack Monoist, Cryo Shatter, Weft Blade Enhancer, Shatter Wings, Nebula Dragon, Nanoform Sentinel, Dockworker Drone, Caveron Harrier, All Fates Stalker, Mouth of the Storm, Halia Ascendant Cadet. We got a Ragost Deft Gastronaut. Interesting. Put that in the rare stack. We got a foil Swarm Color. And we got another Plains full art. It's not foil this time. and then another lander token. But that's still good to have, even if it's not foil. I definitely appreciate those lands a lot. So very happy about the pull rate of them so far. I've gotten 2 regulars and 2 of the full arts, and one of those was even foil. So, all right, move that over there. We've got Sammy's Curiosity again, Cygrel's Scrapper, Decode Transmissions, Elovi Operative, Exosuit Savior, Nutrient Block, Meltstrider's Gear, Scout for Survivors, Alpharel Dreaming Acolyte, Anul, Terrapact Intimidator. We got Halia Guided by Light as our rare. We got a Lightless Evangel for our foil, a regular mountain, and that. All right. Frontline War War Rager, Frontline War Rager, Insatiable Skittermaw, Starbreach Whale, Starport Security, Germinating Worm, Swarm Color, Thawbringer, Interceptor McCann, Tractor Beam, Sunstar Lightsmith. We got a Godless Shrine, which that's awesome. That's a shock land. As this land enters, you may pay 2 life. If you don't, it enters tapped. Awesome. That is great to see. That was just a little white stuff on there, but it rubbed right off. So I'm glad to see that. We got a Sledge Class Siege Ship, which is another rare. We got a Chrome Companion foil. Look at that dog. He's a little mecha dog. We got a Full Art Mountain, which I'm going to put in my stack in the back. That is awesome. So far, I'd have to say this bundle seems to be pretty good, but, I don't really know the values of everything, but I definitely appreciate the artwork. And then I've seen some cards where, this one doesn't even have a rarity on it, so I have no idea. It could be worth 10 cents or who knows what. I have no idea. So, anyways, Banishing Light, Fungul Colossus, Oreplate Pangolin, Perigi Beckoner, Cryogen Relic, Squire's Lightblade, Thumaton Torpedo, Larval Scoutlander, Tanook Memorial Ensign, Emergency Eject, Steel Swarm Operator, Pinnacle Emissary, a foil Lux Knight Breacher, and then the regular island and a lander. Has it been every other pack is a full art land? Because that's what it feels like. So if that's the case, this should be another full art land. Let's just go ahead and grab these last 2 cards. It is not. Darn. I was really hoping that it would be set up that way because it felt like that's how it had been. So we've already seen this one. All right, I'm going to go a little faster here towards the end because we've seen most of these cards, the commons and uncommons. Debris-Filled Crusher. I don't think I had that one yet. Dual Sun of Depths. Tapestry Warden. Not even going to try to say that. And Adagia Windswept Bastion. We got a lot of different lands. That is a mythic land. So that's pretty neat. And then we got a Uthros Scan Ship. Alright. Let's go ahead and sleeve these ones up. The mythics I'm definitely going to sleeve up anyways, regardless. So we got one mythic. Cav Landseeker, Brace Oblivion, Cloud Sculpt Technician, Bright Sphere Zealot, Sky Stinger, Caveron Turbo Drone, Radiant Strike, Hymn of the Faller, Survey McCann, Specimen Freighter, Meltstrider Eulogist, Might Form Harmonizer, which I believe I even got earlier, Starfield Shepherd, which had an interesting looking glare on it for a second there, which was pretty cool. We got a regular looking Foil Swamp. I'll throw that in the land stack, and then another Lander. So that was the last pack. There were a couple of decent hits, I feel like. The only mythic rare was this one. I'm not sure what this is. I'm going to go ahead and sleeve it, since I have absolutely no idea. It has no rarity on the card. And then we had, I believe, 2 of this Might Form. I thought we did, but I guess not. Okay, it's different. Might Form Harmonizer, Pinnacle Emissary, Sledge Glass Seed Ship, Godless Shrine, Haya Guided by Light, the Ragos Deft Gastronaut, Elegy Acolyte, Bioengineered Future, and Biotech Specialist for the rares. And for the foils, oh, there's the Might Form Harmonizer. I thought I had pulled another one. It was just a foil. So we got the Starfield Shepherd, the Utheros Scanship, Lux Knight Breacher, Chrome Companion, Lightless Evangel, Swarm Color, Drill Too Deep, Might Form Harmonizer, and Flight Deck Coordinator. So I appreciate you guys for watching. Oh, and this Terrain Generator. But thank you guys for watching. Keep an eye out. I'll have plenty of more posts and openings coming soon. And I do intend on improving the setup, as I keep talking about. I have helped or improved on some things that you guys may not be able to see at this point, but on my end, I can definitely feel it. My back can feel it as well. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, comment below what you think can improve